The following is a review for critical, analytical, and educational purposes only, and is protected under Article 17 and 107 in the United States Fair Use Code. This video is not an infringement on copyright. Please enjoy the video.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Trilbee, and 2014 was a great year for movies, which means that 2015 has a very hard act to follow. However, there's a lot of potentially great movies coming out this year, so as is customary for anybody who talks about movies on the internet, here's a top 10.
Trilbee's Top 10.
First things first, there will be no 2014 holdovers on this list. For example, Birdman, The Theory of Everything, or Foxcatcher. While those are technically 2015 movies in the UK, let's face it, they are 2014 movies through and through, but if you want to know what I thought of those movies, you can find written reviews on my website, www.trilbee.com. Also, you may think, why wasn't that movie on the list? Why wasn't that movie? Why is he not looking forward to that movie? Well, for some films, while I am anticipating them, I know so little about them that there's not really anywhere for me to aim my hype towards. I want to throw money at things, but I don't know where I'm aiming them at. For example, Fantastic Four, Peanuts, the Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks Cold War movie, as well as The Good Dinosaur. I know so little about those films, I can't really anticipate them at all. That doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to them, or that they won't be good, but I'm not really hyped for them. Also, there were so many good-looking movies that are due to come out in 2015 that I couldn't condense it to just 10, so first things first, here are a few honourable mentions.
Ex Machina, a dark, psychedelic-looking sci-fi movie about artificial intelligence, marking the directorial debut of Alex Garland. Thankfully, I won't have long to wait to see if this is any good, because it gets released in the UK over the next week. Goosebumps. This would be in the top 10 list due to Jack Black, its meta concept and commitment to family-friendly scares, but Slappy the Puppet is in this movie. Slappy the Puppet. Oh god. Oh no, get it off the screen. Get it off the screen! In the Heart of the Sea, Ron Howard teams up with the God of Thunder to bring us the true story that inspired Moby Dick. Whether or not this movie turns out awesome, can we at least all agree that this is one of the best posters ever? Jurassic World. Looks awesome, but after Jurassic Park 2 and 3, this installment has quite a bit to prove. Chris Pratt looks like he fits right in though. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The fact that we know so little about this movie, as well as the fact that J.J. Abrams is in the director's chair, prevents this from making the top 10. Let's hope the force is strong with this one, because I do not want to sit through a Star Trek Into Darkness style train wreck again. Suffragettes. A UK-made film about the women's suffrage movement that's being touted as an Oscar frontrunner with an all-star cast. Carey Mulligan, Helena Bonham Carter, Ben Whishaw, Brendan Gleeson, with Meryl Streep as Emmeline Pankhurst. Sign me up.
Now with that out of the way, let's begin. When putting this list together, I had a basic criteria. If one of these movies were to be cancelled tomorrow, how upset would I be? For example, if Ex Machina, the studio was to release a statement saying Ex Machina has been cancelled, we're no longer releasing the movie, how upset would I be? How many man tears would I shed? How long would I just crawl in the corner and sob uncontrollably at the news of this? So with that criteria is how I assembled my top 10 most anticipated films of 2015. So without further ado, let's start off with number 10.
Number 10. Pitch Perfect 2.
Could be the ham in that man sandwich.
Let's go!
Pitch Perfect 1 was a great surprise, as nobody really expected much from the humble comedy, but with great gags, a great cast, and even greater music, the movie has quickly become a cult hit. Aka awesome. The gang are back with Elizabeth Banks in the director's chair, and the first trailer showed that the movie will have the heart and laughs that made the first one so memorable. The pitch is back, people.
Every Bella must christen the house by sliding down the staircase.
Let me show you. Crushed it.
Number 9. Ant-Man.
Scott, I need you to be the Ant-Man.
Yes, the situation with Edgar Wright was unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll come out of this just fine, and he will have another chance at blockbuster fame. But Marvel have a great track record, and I would love to see what they do with this character, as well as the bank heist premise. It should make for an interesting shift in pace and style, which I am very, very welcome to. Bring it on.
One question. Is it too late to change the name?
Number 8. Terminator Genesis.
If we die tonight, mankind dies with us.
I'm of the minority opinion that the Terminator franchise hasn't had a single bad installment, even if Terminator Salvation is just an okay movie, as opposed to Judgment Day, as many people seem to think it is. However, the first trailer for Genesis, or Genesis, had me interested and even a little bit hyped for the movie, despite its stupid title. Is it Genesis or Genesis? It's spelt Genesis, but anyway, it has a lot to prove in order to justify its existence, but I think that the foundations are there. Remember folks, the future is not set.
I'll be back.
What?
Number 7. The Walk.
One of our best living filmmakers, Robert Zemeckis, is behind this biopic, based on Felipe Petit and his tightrope walk between the World Trade Center towers in the 1970s. With Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the lead and touting itself as a period heist movie, expect stunning 3D heights and vistas after the incredible work that Zemeckis has been doing with 3D recently. This should be one to watch, but let's see if it will be able to stand out after the recent awards-winning documentary on the exact same subject.
Number 6. Kingsman, The Secret Service.
We are Kingsman, an international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion. Well, most of the time.
I know you should really try to be different in terms of putting together a list looking ahead in the future, and that you should talk about, say, potential Oscar contenders, or the promising art house flicks and yada yada yada, but Colin Firth as an ass-kicking old James Bond-style secret agent from the director of X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass with a brilliant cast including Mark Strong, Michael Caine and Samuel L. Jackson? Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Dean says you're fair game.
Boys, I've had a rather emotional day, so whatever your beef with Eggsy is, and I'm sure it's well-founded, I'd appreciate it if you could just leave us in peace.
You should get out of the way, Granddaddy. You'll get hurt.
Manners maketh man. Do you know what that means? Then let me teach you a lesson. Are we going to stand around here all day, or are we going to fight? Sorry about that. Needed to let off a little steam.
Number 5. Mad Max Fury Road.
My name is Max. My world is fire and blood.
You can chalk up this movie's inclusion to its phenomenal recent trailers, because I've never actually watched the previous Mad Max movies from the 1970s and the 1980s. Yeah, I know, I need to fix that, but it just goes to show how far a great trailer can go when it comes to building hype. Aside from the spectacle, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron act together in a movie. The two are great in everything they do, so this should make for a great pairing.
What's your name?
Number 4. Spectre.
Upon further reflection, I truly believe that Skyfall is one of the best Bond movies ever, and with it making over $1 billion at the box office, it is understandable that Sony Pictures would want to stay on their current course with the franchise. As a result, we have the same director and writer on board, as well as many other behind-the-scenes members returning for Spectre. The new cast members are promising, and I think it's awesome that Bond will be going back to the snow. I have no doubt that Sam Mendes will make the film look incredible, as well as those beautiful vistas. Did you see Shanghai in Skyfall? My only concern is that one of the fallouts of the Sony hack was the leak of the script, and apparently the third act isn't very good. I mean, I've not read it, but that's the consensus. We shall see.
Number 3. Inside Out.
Signal the husband.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
What? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What? What is it, woman? What?
Signal him again.
So, Riley, how was school?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
For this, we gave up that Brazilian helicopter pilot?
Since 2011, I've been an open defender of Pixar. Yes, Cars 2, Brave and Monsters University aren't up there with their better films, but they're still damn good movies. But it's hard to ignore the fact that since Toy Story 3, other animation companies have really stepped up to the mark and delivered strong animated films. With Inside Out, Pixar looks set to return to their glory days with an incredible concept, an impeccable creative team, and an excellent cast. The early buzz on Inside Out has been off the charts, so let's see if the previous kings can reclaim their throne.
I don't know where this disrespectful attitude came from.
You want a piece of this, Pops?
Yeah, well, look.
Prepare the foot.
Keys to safety position. Ready to launch on your command, sir.
Just shut up!
Fire!
That's it. Go to your room.
The foot is down. The foot is down. Woo!
Good job, gentlemen. That could have been a disaster.
Well, that was a disaster.
Number 2. Tomorrowland.
Okay. Got one money clip. $47.32. One Florida State driver's license. Baseball cap. One pen. One pack of Beeman's gum. And whatever that is.
That's not mine.
What's not yours?
The pen. I've never...
Damn, what a teaser trailer can do. Tomorrowland, based off the Disney theme park ride, has, I believe, the most potential out of any movie of 2015. Yes, you can argue that Star Wars, Spectre, Mission Impossible 5 and others would be good, but Tomorrowland is dealing with incredible ideas helmed by some of the best filmmakers in the business. Brad Bird is in the director's chair, there's a great cast and crew, and apparently the plot will involve Walt Disney himself as a key component. There's only one thing that prevents this movie from being number 1. The co-writer, Damon Lindelof. Damon at Star Trek Into Darkness, Prometheus, Cowboys and Aliens lost the plot Lindelof. Damon, if you sabotage this movie with your consistently terrible writing, Mickey Mouse will find you and make you pay. Sleep with one eye open, Lindelof.
You know what number 1 is. Don't even pretend to not know. But like I said, when it comes to my judgment on this top 10 list, if this movie was to be cancelled tomorrow, how upset would I be? And if this movie were to be cancelled tomorrow, I'd be so distraught that I'd probably run across the country like Forrest Gump, or just weep in a corner and reenact Requiem for a Dream or something. But anyway, here it is, my number 1 most anticipated movie of 2015.
Number 1. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful. Everyone screaming for mercy. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. You're all puppets, tangled in strings.
I've made it clear in the past that I'm not a fan of comic book movies. I'm a fan of good movies. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is or where the source material came from. Good filmmaking is good filmmaking, and I would be hard-pressed to find a series of films as consistently excellent as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After the mostly incredible Phase 1 culminating in one of the best blockbusters ever made, Marvel Studios came right out of the gates for Phase 2, with confidence, an outstanding creative team, compelling characters, and stories that resonate with audiences. You know you've found your creative groove when Captain America the Winter Soldier, one of the most critically acclaimed blockbusters of the year, is actually one of your weaker movies. Avengers Age of Ultron will be an attempt to make the crossover lightning strike twice, but with an intimidating villain Joss Whedon returning Earth's mightiest heroes, as well as the mother-flipping Hulkbuster, there isn't another movie that I'm more excited for in 2015. A predictable or mainstream choice for number 1? Probably, but like I said, good filmmaking is good filmmaking, and the MCU isn't just good, it's incredible on a massive scale. Let's celebrate that.
There are no strings on me.
Now, I know I'm going to get comments along the lines of, oh, Trilbee, where's Chappie? Oh, Trilbee, where's Minions? You think those movies must look terrible, whereas that's not the case. Those movies look pretty good, but they're just not ones I'm personally anticipating. This is a personal list. It's very subjective, whereas I try to be as objective as possible in my reviews. When it comes to anticipation, there's no finished product. There is no objective quality. Anticipation is all subjective, so with that in mind, guys and girls, please get in the comment section below and let me know what you are all looking forward to in 2015. And I have a Patreon campaign, and one of the perks is that you guys and girls can contribute to some of these videos, and only one person did this month. I know there's more than one of you, there's like 4 of you who qualified for this perk, but only one of you wrote in, which is disappointing. But Dean Jones, who's been a regular follower of mine for a while, well, probably one of my first subscribers and a generally cool guy, he's given me his top 10 most anticipated in no particular order: Spectre, good; Age of Ultron, Mad Max Fury Road, Ant-Man, Jurassic World, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Kingsman The Secret Service. This guy's got good taste in films, but he's got 3 films that I didn't have. Ted 2. Now, I'm looking forward to Ted 2, but after A Million Ways to Die in the West, well, I didn't hate it. It did sort of show what Seth MacFarlane can do when he has full creative control, and that's not exactly a great sign for Ted 2. Hopefully, the producers in the studio will maybe rein him in a little bit more for Ted 2 to result in something truly special like the first film was, but I'm still looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll have a trailer soon. Fast and Furious 7, looking forward to that, but only as a fun action movie, not as anything more substantial. I'm not claiming these movies are trying to be substantial or smart or anything, but really that sort of does affect my overall hype for them. I'm sure I'll love it once I see it, but for now, it's just something I think will be pretty good. And Chappie. Now, Chappie, I want to be really hyped for this movie because Neil Blomkamp's one of my favourite filmmakers. District 9 is just, in general, one of my favourite movies ever made, and I really, really liked Elysium. But for Chappie, the trailers indicate something very trite and very been there, done that, sort of like Robot and Frank or Short Circuit. What is this movie going to offer that is new? Like, we just seem to be having a lot of like, what does it mean to be human? What is this whole consciousness thing, and can it be applied in robots? And it just seems like very been there, done that, and the trailers don't seem to offer anything new to that concept. Like, I'm sure it'll be good, but I want it to be different. I want it to be special, and the trailers for Chappie really aren't selling me on that concept. So I'm hoping it'll be good, but right now it's not really impressed me that much. So thank you very much, Dean. You'll find his channel and Facebook page in the description below. So he's kind of new to the movie reviewing scene and YouTube and everything. So give him a chance. Maybe subscribe to him if you like him, but show him some support. He's an awesome guy, and he's been a follower and regular contributor of mine for a while. So awesome guy. But like I said, what do you guys and girls want to see in 2015? What are you most anticipating? Be sure to hit that like button because it really, really helps me out. Be sure to subscribe because you can be updated on my next video, which will be my top 10 best movies of 2014. That should be one to watch. And also visit my website, www.trilbee.com. for my written reviews. Like I said, I've just reviewed Foxcatcher. I've also reviewed Taken 3 and Into the Woods, so be sure to check those out. And you can become a patron of mine to contribute towards videos in the future, like Awesome Dean Jones here, and where we can actually get a discussion going. Where I wouldn't have even talked about Chappie if Dean Jones hadn't suggested it in his personal top 10. So you can contribute towards more of the content. So I shall stop rambling. This has been one long take, and I'm very surprised that I've been able to accomplish this. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you guys next time for my top 10 best movies of 2014. And yeah, I am looking forward to Ted 2 quite a bit.
Trilbee.